Greetings, Public Health 400 students. This is Cotton, your Public Health Librarian. I'm sending out some videos addressing your individual group topics. And so these videos are going to be considerably shorter than the last one, but they're really going to focus entirely on your specific topic. If it feels like you're sort of being thrown into the deep end or you're just going kind of way too quickly in these videos, please go back and check the previous video that was sent over, as well as the how-to videos on the research guide. That can really give you some context on how these are working as searches. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so this video is for the group researching substance misuse. Now, this is a really broad topic, and so I have to warn you, you are going to want to narrow this down considerably, or else you're going to be reading for the next 50 years. There's a few different ways I might suggest doing that. To start with, which database to use. As with any sort of substance or addiction or a mental psychological effect, we really want to consider using APA PsycInfo when possible, just because it really does address that topic in a very good way. It also allows us the option for a topic like this that's so broad to narrow it down a little bit easier. And for me, that's worth the money right there. So here we are in PsycInfo. Now, if it looks different than it used to, that's totally normal. They overhauled the entire interface this past summer, so it is going to look different, but it still operates the same. And you can still use your keywords in search right in here. And in fact, if you're looking to research or write about a specific substance or narcotic or drug, you can always just search for that specific name here in the keywords. However, I like to use the subject headings as well because I think those can be helpful. And if I scroll down, I see there's filters. I might select peer reviewed and then go over to subjects, and I can always start searching for, say, substance abuse or substance use. And when I do that, I see substance use disorder, and I see substance use prevention, and I see a few others as well. Drug usage screening. There's a few different options you might want to consider, but I'm just going to start with substance use disorder, and I can click add to search, and now that's been added up here at the top. Now I can also just go back down here and search again and add another subject heading. So if I search for, say, prescription, I see prescription drugs. I can select that and add this to my search as well. And now I should be getting back any results that are about the substance use disorder in regards to prescription drugs. And we can see right away there are 179 articles, and I can certainly start looking through these as well. Or if I want, I can go up to the filters, go to the subject headings, and find out what are the more prominent subjects that are listed within this topic. And I see things like opiates or drug abuse or drug therapy. And we can see if I click on show more, there's a whole lot of different options in here. And this can be really helpful or useful to me if I decide I need to narrow down my topic further and I'm trying to figure out which way to go. This can be a great tool. I really do recommend this when you're conducting your research. You can always add in whichever search terms you want, but those subjects should be really helpful in locating the best articles for you. Now, I also just want to show you what happens when you look this up in PubMed. And you can see there are things like prescription drug misuse. But if we really want to look at sort of anything broader than either prescription drug misuse or substance abuse of oral ingestion, what we might want to try is substance abuse. And then we get into a whole bunch of different things to look at here. I see substance-related disorders. That's very broad. However, when I click on this, we can see that there's a lot of things to work with here. It also shows if I had searched any of these terms in here, I would have been taken to this specific page for substance-related disorders. I can also scroll down, and this is where things might get helpful because I can see, okay, well, substance-related disorders is right here. This shows me what falls underneath that. So when I search substance-related disorders, it's already including every one of these smaller topics. And that includes things like, inhalant abuse, marijuana abuse, alcohol-related disorders. There's a lot of condition-related tags in here that might help us choose to narrow things down a little bit. We can also go into substance abuse detection and substance abuse treatment centers. Now, this isn't going to be the same thing as disorders, but we might find an intervention or a therapy that's proven to be specifically helpful in the setting of a substance abuse treatment center. And so that's another way to sort of explore those options. Now, we can always search substance abuse treatment centers, and we'll get back a massive number of results, I'm sure, 5,000. But if we really want to say, okay, well, I want to actually look at their methods. How do they go about treating these things? Well, then I can see, I'm actually searching specifically for methods, and I'm only getting 378. So that's another way you can really choose to narrow these down. And unfortunately, I can't really go much further than that because I don't know which ways you will choose to revise your topic and what subtopics you want to zero in on. So I would recommend playing around a little bit, see what topics and what subjects are showing up and how you can use those. And if you have any questions after that, let me know. Thank you very much. All right, so that's really what I have for today. Like I said, please feel free to reach out if you'd like more guidance. Please check out those earlier videos if it feels like this is moving way too quickly. And don't forget, I'm here on the Public Health Research Guide. You can always view the how-to videos on using the databases right here. And you can also contact me with my information right there. So thank you for your time. Good luck with your research, and let me know what I can do to help. Have a great day.